Good morning to all my lovely children. Children, I hope you are all well, you are all fine, and you are all safe. Children, in the last week we did nouns. We started with nouns and we were doing nouns. And that day I did exercises with you also, which many of you were able to answer. But still, some children were confused in what is verb and pronoun and noun. So before moving ahead with other chapters, I thought it wise to uh, tell you clearly what actually is noun, what is pronoun, and what is verb. I will definitely not go in much detail, okay, because pronouns and verbs we will deal with them in different chapters, okay, in the coming classes. But to give you an idea roughly, I want to tell you about them so that you are able to understand the nouns clearly. Children, nouns is something very basic which you need to understand, okay, in this class only. You have learned them in other classes, but your concept does not seem clear. In the coming classes, that means in 7th and 8th, you will not be taught nouns again and again. Okay. So you will be dealing with more complicated topics. Okay. So I want you to be very clear about what is noun. Okay. So I will tell you actually the difference between noun, pronoun, and verb. Okay. So let me share the screen with you. Okay, look here, children. See, I told you in the last class that nouns are naming words. Okay, naming words means when you name anything, that is a noun. A name of a person, name of a place, animal, thing, feeling, idea. How? Name of a person, Rahul, Akansha. Okay, name of a place, Kota, Italy. Then animal, elephant, rhinoceros. Okay. Then thing, bag, computer, pencil, bed. Then love, feeling can be love. Okay. Then idea, it can be wisdom. Okay. Then knowledge. Then intelligence, honesty. All these are also names of certain things or people or ideas. Okay. So these are nouns, children. You must know about them. Okay. Then we have, if I go further and tell you about pronouns, then what are pronouns, children? Words which are used in place of nouns. Okay. Now how? I have given you an example over here. Mohit is a good boy. Mohit cleans his room every day. Mohit is well mannered. So again and again we are using Mohit. Mohit is the name of a boy, children, so it is a noun. Okay, you know this very well. Now we are talking about Mohit and we are repeating his name again and again. So that doesn't sound good. So what should we do instead of using Mohit again and again? Because Mohit is a boy, we can use another word, he, instead of Mohit, and we can say Mohit is a good boy. He cleans his room every day. He is well mannered. Okay. So this way we are using he instead of the noun Mohit. So he is the pronoun. Okay. So what other pronouns can we see here? See, he, she, it, they, you, we, us, I, our. Him, her, mine. yours, ours, all these are pronoun, children. So you can see they are different from nouns. Nouns are names of some particular places, things, animals, okay, ideas, feelings. But these are not names. What are they? They are pronouns. They are used instead of nouns. So he, she, it, they, you, we, us, I, our, him, her, mine, yours, ours. All these are pronouns. Now, what are verbs, children? Let's see. See, verbs are action words or doing words. That means the words that show action happening. Some action happening like run, play, walk, sit, sleep, eat, weave, knit. Your mama knits a sweater. Then cry, laugh, open, fill a bucket with water. So these words show that some action is happening. Okay, so these are verbs. Of course, these are not the names of certain things. They are verbs. They show you action happening. And children, all the ing words also are verbs. Okay, so teasing, playing, running, walking, all these are also verbs. Okay, then children, we have helping verbs also, which I will tell you. See, helping verbs are here. Yes. Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did, done. Children, you must cram them up. How? Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did, done. Like that, you must remember your helping verbs. Is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, do, does, did, done. These are helping verbs. And run, play, sit, walk, sleep, eat, all these are main verbs. All these show action happening. Okay. So this is the difference between noun, pronoun, and verbs. Okay. Now I will move on to the revision of nouns which we have done. Okay. See, we just saw that nouns were yes. We just saw that nouns are naming words. Okay, naming words. The names of animals, places, things, ideas, feelings. Okay. Now these nouns can be classified in 4 categories. There are 4 kinds of nouns: proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, and collective noun. Okay. So now what is proper noun, children? I told you that there are several boys in your school. Okay. But somebody may be named Mohit, somebody may be named Purvansh, okay, and somebody's name may be Vijay, okay, Akash, then Rahul, okay. So all these, when you say boy, there are several boys, okay. So that is a common noun. But when you name that boy particularly, then that becomes a proper noun. If we talk of city, then city, there are many cities. But if you name a particular city, if you name a city Kota, if you name a city Jaipur, then that is a proper noun. I gave you an example. If you have a cow, if you have cows at home, there may be many cows. But if you name the cow, you call it Nandini, then it becomes a proper noun. There are rivers, many rivers. So that is common noun. But if you name the river Ganga, Brahmaputra, then that is a proper noun. Okay. So there may be many mountain peaks. That is a common noun. But if you name that peak Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, then that is a proper noun. Okay. Then, so I have explained you common nouns and proper nouns, children. And abstract nouns, I also explained you earlier. Abstract nouns are feelings, okay, or ideas, which you cannot touch, which you cannot see, but you can feel. Okay. Think of a word honesty. Okay, honesty. Can you see honesty? Is honesty having a shape, particular shape? Does it look like a boy or a girl or an animal? Can you see it? Can you touch it? No. But when you see a person being honest, being truthful, okay, not telling lies, then you can feel that this person is honest. So you can feel honesty. Okay. So something which you cannot touch or which you cannot see, but you can feel, that is abstract noun. So think of knowledge. Can you touch knowledge? Can you see knowledge? Has it got a shape? No. So you can feel that somebody is intelligent, somebody is knowledgeable. Okay. When that person shows you that he actually knows about several things, then you get to know that this person is very knowledgeable. Okay. So that is abstract noun. Okay. Then collective noun. Collective noun you all know very well, children. Collective noun is the name of a collection of persons or things taken together and spoken of as one whole. Like army. Army is a collection of soldiers. If we say class, then class is a collection of students, all boys and girls, the students in a school. So that is a class. Then pack. Pack is a collection of dogs. Fleet, a collection of ships or cars. Bunch, a collection of keys or grapes. Okay. So that is it. Now, this exercise I already did with you, children. And let's see this exercise. Exercise 2. In each of the following groups of words, underline the noun that does not belong to the group. Okay. Now let's see. First one is bird, animal, star, Mars, planet. Okay. So bird, animal, star, Mars, and planet. Bird, animal, star, and planet are common nouns, children. They are common nouns. There can be many planets, there can be many stars, there can be many animals, and there can be many birds. But how many Mars are there? There's only one Mars. There's only one planet which is named Mars. So Mars is a proper noun. Okay, so Mars is the odd one out here. Mars is a proper noun. Rest are all common nouns. Then we have Egypt, Bible, Pluto, Thames, and river. Now, Egypt, name of a place. Bible, name of a book, a holy book. Okay, then Pluto, name of a philosopher. Then Thames, name of a river. And river is, there can be many rivers, but there is only one Pluto, there is only one Thames, there is only one Bible, and there is only one Egypt. So river is the common, all the other four are proper nouns. So river is the odd one out. Then third one, bundle, flock, crowd, bird, orchard. Bundle means if there is a bundle of copies, then there are many copies. Flock of birds, then there are more than one bird. There may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Okay, crowd of people, many people all together. Orchard is many fruit trees together at one place. So that is orchard. So all these four are collective nouns, but bird is not a collection. That is a common noun. Okay, so bird is odd one out. And fourth one is tear, joy, laughter, wisdom, courage. Okay, so tear, joy, laughter, wisdom, and courage. Joy is the name of a feeling. Okay. Laughter is also, joy is an abstract noun. Okay, you can only feel it. Laughter, again, abstract. Wisdom, abstract. Courage, abstract. But tear you can see falling. So tear is common noun. Okay, it's not an abstract noun. You can touch the tear. Okay, actually. So tear is the common noun. Now let's move on to the next exercise. Form abstract nouns from these words by adding the given suffixes. Okay, so great becomes greatness, kind kindness, happy happiness, lazy laziness, dark darkness, and blind blindness. Then we have to add ity. So reality, equality, purity, ability, morality. Okay, these are all abstract nouns, children. Okay, you can see the ability of somebody, but you cannot, you can feel the ability of somebody, but you cannot see and touch it. Okay, then dumb, freedom, wisdom, wise becomes wisdom, e is removed, kingdom. Okay, so ship, friendship, hardship, leadership. Then th, growth, health, truth, depth, die is death. Okay, death. And strong is strength. Okay, strong becomes strength, die becomes death. Okay, so all these are abstract nouns. Let's move on further. What personal quality do these people show? A cruel enemy will show cruelty. A cruel enemy will show cruelty. A clever thief will show cleverness. An innocent child will show innocence. A wise judge will show wisdom. A rude policeman will show rudeness. Okay. Then a sincere friend will show sincerity. A faithful servant will show faithfulness. And a cowardly soldier will show cowardice. Okay. He will show cowardice. Sorry, a faithful servant will show faith. Okay, faith. A faithful servant will show faith. Okay. Then fill in the blanks with abstract nouns formed from the verbs given in the bracket. There is very little difference between success and failure. If you have confidence, sincerity, and the ability to work hard, you will do well in life. Then okay, then this one, press will become pressure. Pressure is neither good nor bad. It is good if it leads to quick action and bad if it causes tension. The choice chooses, the choice is always yours. Okay. Now children, I told you about countable. Wait a minute, let me zoom it and show to you. I will zoom it. Okay. zoom it a little more. Okay. That day I told you about countable and uncountable nouns. Now, countable, which can be counted, as tables can be counted, chairs can be counted, fans can be counted, books, pencils, numbers, children, students, boys, girls. Okay, all these can be counted. And uncountable nouns are those which cannot be counted. Like I told you, money, furniture, milk, sugar. You cannot say, give me one sugar, give me two sugar. Okay. So these are uncountable nouns. Okay. Now I gave you an exercise. This was the exercise. Use a few, many, a little, or much in suitable places. How would you do that, children? Listen to me. A few is used with countable nouns. A few is used with only countable nouns. You cannot say, give me a few sugar. That would be wrong. But you can say, give me a few pencils. Okay. Then many. Many again is used with countable nouns. You cannot say, give me many sugar. That would be wrong. But you can say, give me many tables. Give me many tables. Then a little. Now a little is used for uncountable nouns and which are in lesser quantity. Okay. So a little hope. Okay. So a little joy. Okay. A little sugar. All these uncountable nouns which cannot be counted. Then much is used for more quantity of uncountable nouns. Okay, give me much sugar. There is much milk in the jar. Okay, but you cannot say give me much toffees. That would be wrong. Give me many toffees. Okay, so let's fill in these with let's fill in these blanks with all these. So dash people attended the function. Now first of all, children, you have to see people is countable. Okay, people is countable. Now if a function is there, then of course many people will attend. So many people attended the function. A few is also correct. If suppose only the function was held but only 4 or 5 people or 10 people came in the function, then we can say a few people attended the function. She brought dash books and distributed them among the children. She brought a few books, many books, both are correct. Okay. If she distribute, books are countable, children. So if she brought only a few and distributed them, then a few. If she brought many books and distributed them, then many is also correct. Okay. Then after dash hard work, India had won the cricket match. So now hard work, can it be counted? Can you say 1 hard work and 2 hard work and 3 hard work? No. So this is uncountable. Okay. So what would you use with it? A little or much. Now to win a cricket match, you need much hard work. A little hard work will not do. So after much hard work, India had won the cricket match. Then dash sugar should be added to the cake. Okay. So a little sugar, or if the cake needs more sugar, then you can say much sugar should be added to the cake. And if it needs only a little sugar, then you can say a little sugar should be added to the cake. Then just dash effort is needed to get good grades in class. Now, as such, you need a lot of effort. Okay. But here the word is just. So just means only this much. So what would we say? Just a little effort is needed to get good grades in class. Why only a little effort is needed? Because you all are already intelligent. Okay, you all are already intelligent and you can do it. So only a little effort on your part will. Then Too dash cooks spoil the broth. So too many cooks. This is the proverb, children. This means that when many people come and interfere in a work, in a particular work, then that work is spoiled. So too many cooks spoil the broth. That means the soup which is being made, if too many cooks come and make the soup, then it will be spoiled. Okay. So too many cooks. Cooks can be counted. Cooks means those who cook, the people who cook. So cooks can be counted. So too many cooks. Then the charity event was organized by dash eminent personalities. So the charity event was organized by many eminent personalities or a few eminent personalities. Both are correct. Okay, eminent personalities can be counted. Eminent personalities means people. Okay, some very well-known people. So they can be counted. Then the play was appreciated by many people. The play was appreciated by many people. Okay. So now that's all, children. I have explained you everything about nouns. We have done exercises also. So your nouns is complete. Go through the videos and you will be able to understand it very well. Okay. So till we meet next time, just keep safe. Okay. And be happy.